You should go to 2 seminars a year, every year for the rest of your life. Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and I just completed a Supermoto seminar. Normally on this channel, we talk about kettlebells and clubs because those two things provide people with economically viable fitness that is useful for work, for getting rid of pain, and then for getting in good enough shape to be able to do all kinds of cool things very quickly and easily. If you do kettlebells and clubs, you will gain an ability to go out and learn things like dirt biking, supermoto, cross-country horseback riding, martial arts, snowboarding, skiing very quickly, because kettlebells and clubs teach you how to endure. Endurance is defined as the unification of structure, breathing, and movement. If you're doing some type of fitness that isn't focused on integrated structure, breathing, and movement in the 6 directions that the human body can move in, up, down, left, right, forward, back, and then rotating around all of those ideas, then you should do something that teaches you that thing. When we talk about structure, we think of it as 8 key identifying factors: foot position, where your foot is on the peg if you're thinking about motorcycles. If you're riding horses, it's how your foot is in the stirrup. Leg drive, pitch snap, coccyx alignment, core engagement, shoulder pack, elbow lock, and grip confirmation. If you practice kettlebells and clubs, you will learn all of these things, and you will learn a bunch of basic human movement patterns. The clubs teach you all the rotations. The kettlebells give you heaving and pitching, moving up and down, forward and back, strength, endurance. Most stuff that you do in life that is an adventure is some type of strength endurance activity. Riding dirt bikes is a strength endurance activity. An easy way to learn to be a better dirt bike rider is to learn to pick up a kettlebell and not put it down and not stop moving for 20 minutes to an hour, depending on what type of riding you're doing. You have to learn to endure for as long as you are going to do that activity. If you're doing something like horseback riding, equestrian eventing, if you're doing a 5-mile course, it could be 45 minutes. You need to learn to lift weights non-stop and integrate your breathing for that amount of time. If your horse is an athlete, you should be an athlete too. Going to seminars is a really good way to get a lot of experience in a short period of time. Somebody who is better than you has come up with a series of strategies to make you good at something in the least amount of time. I set myself a goal several years ago to go to 10 supermoto classes and 10 super GP classes. Supermoto is where you take a dirt bike, which is relatively inexpensive, and you put street tires on it, and then you work on transitioning between asphalt and dirt. Think of it as riding a motorcycle like you're trying to escape from the cops. That's kind of the best analogy for it. You're riding on pavement, you take a hard turn into the dirt, you get across the grass, whatever, and then you get back on the road and you go the other direction. I didn't know about supermoto years ago when I was just a motorcycle rider, but when I was working in the film business with actors, you hang out with a lot of stunt guys because you spend a lot of time interfacing with stunt guys, and they told me that if I wanted to learn to be a better rider, the absolute best thing that I could do to be safe was to take supermoto. Dirt bikes are cheap and they're easy to work on, relatively cheap compared to, say, a race car. A brand new dirt bike might cost you $7,000 to $8,000 and the 400 range. Suzuki DRZs are famous in the film business because they are cheap and you supermoto the crap out of them. And if you destroy them, they're really easy to fix and parts are cheap and available almost everywhere. Riding something like Super GP, which is, think, race bikes, aerodynamic super bikes, is much more expensive. Still, you can get an R6 for $10,000. You can get an R1 for like $14,000. A BMW 1000 is more like $30,000, but there is still a very affordable option for that. A brand new R6 is $9,000 to $10,000. That's more bike than almost anybody's ever really going to need. Going to a seminar means that you're going to get good at something in a short period of time, in one day. They're taught in learning opportunities. You have a coaching session, they tell you to do one thing, you go out and you try to do it as you repeat laps over and over and over again. You come back in, you get another coaching point, you go back out. You do it 7 to 8 times a day. That's 7 to 8 learning opportunities. I've taken the exact same class now 6 times with my son Brent. He's taken the class 6 times. We got 4 more before we're done with this school and this class. Then we'll find another Supermoto school and we'll go to that one. It doesn't matter what type of seminars you decide to do, motorcycles, kettlebells, clubs, set yourself what sounds like a ridiculous number. I picked the number 10, and then make it a multi-year goal to do that thing. It gives you something to think about for years. It gives you something to strive for over and over and over again. It could be sewing seminars. You should also take that seminar. It's a good seminar. It could be horseback riding seminars. It could be martial arts. It could be gun takeaways. But pick something and get really, really good at it. Seminars are probably the best use of your money. I think that they're a better use of your money than just pure vacation, 100%. But set 2 a year. If you pick one thing, it'll take you 5 years. But over the course of that 5 years, you will learn to master something. And that is the point of life. The point of life is to get really good at a bunch of stuff so that you can do more stuff better. The class I just took was SoCal Supermoto. Good class. East of Los Angeles, between the 10 and the 60, about 50 miles. If you're going to take GP, go to SoCal Superbike School. Good schools, worth the money.